Hi there, everyone. This is Tangerine TV, and today we're asking a fun question. What's the strangest thing you've ever seen? We're going to chat with some students and teachers here at this English Institute to hear their wildest stories. Let's see what they have to say. Hey, do you have a minute to answer a question for Tangerine TV? Hello, Tangerine TV. Oh, sure. What's the question? All right, thank you. What's the strangest thing you've ever seen? Oh, that's a tough one, but I think I've got a story. Yeah, let me remember. So one day I was walking in the park near my house, right? It was a normal day, sunny and calm. But then out of nowhere, I see this guy dressed in a full dinosaur costume, like a big inflatable one, just casually jogging through the park. At first, I thought it was some kind of prank, but the guy was serious. He was really working out, running laps. He even had a water bottle sticking out of the costume, which made it even weirder. And the strangest part, no one around seemed to care. People were walking their dogs, having picnics, and acting like it was totally normal to see a dinosaur running by. I stood there for a good 10 minutes, just trying to figure out what was going on. I never found out why he was dressed like that, but I guess it's something I'll never forget. A jogging dinosaur. Definitely strange. Thanks for sharing. Let's see who else we can find. Excuse me, do you have a moment to answer a question for Tangerine TV? Sure, why not? I love your program. Seriously, what's the question? Thank you very much. All right, what's the strangest thing you've ever seen? I've got one. It happened just last year. I was at a wedding, a fancy one with a lot of people. Everything was going smoothly. The ceremony was beautiful. The bride and groom were happy. And we were all waiting for the reception to start. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a woman showed up. She stood in the middle of the church and shouted loudly, "Don't get married, Brian." We were all stunned. We were there looking in silence at this woman. It was crazy. She looked very desperate and was crying. And you know what's the worst of all? She was holding a baby in her arms. The man who was getting married was my friend. And he stood there silent without saying a single word. And his future wife was there next to him. I saw her eyes and she was about to cry. I think she wanted to run away, and I don't blame her. But before something happens, she took a good look at the groom and said, "Sorry, I got the wrong wedding." Can you believe it? That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. After that, the girl left and they continued with the wedding. Now they are married, of course. But I think it's an anecdote that they will never forget. A crazy experience. Wow, that is a crazy story. Thank you very much. Have a great day. You're welcome. You made me remember a very funny moment. I'm sorry. I know. All right, let's keep asking this question. Hello, excuse me. Can I ask you an interesting question? This is Tangerine TV. Hello, sure, why not? I would love to answer your question. Thank you. All right. What's the strangest thing you've ever seen? I've got a good one. So, this happened when I was in high school. It was after hours, like around 9 p.m. I stayed late because I was part of the theater club and we were rehearsing for a play. Everyone had already left, and I was waiting for my dad to pick me up. Anyway, I was walking through the hallways by myself, and it was dead quiet. Nobody there. Suddenly, I saw something move at the end of the hall. At first, I thought it was one of the janitors, but when I got closer, I realized it wasn't a person at all. It looked like a white shadow, kind of floating. I'm not even kidding. It was like a transparent figure just hovering near one of the classrooms. Bro, my heart was pounding, but I couldn't move. I was I was frozen in place. Then the shadow just drifted through the closed door and disappeared inside. I freaked out and ran outside as fast as I could. When I told my friends the next day, they didn't believe me. But I swear I saw it. And the weirdest part, the classroom used to be an old storage room, and people said it was haunted. To this day, I don't know what I saw, but I'll never forget it. A ghost in your school? Man, that's terrifying. I could have sprinted out of there too. Thanks for sharing. Definitely one of the creepiest stories I've heard. Hey, we're asking people today, what's the strangest thing you've ever seen? Got a story? Hello. Oh, yeah. I've got one for you. This happened last summer. I was hanging out with my friends at this park, just chilling and talking. Suddenly, we heard this loud crash. We turned around, and there was this guy on the motorcycle speeding down the street. He had collided with a car that had pulled out too quickly. The bike hit the side of the car, and the dude on the motorcycle went flying through the air. I mean, it was like something out of a movie. We thought that guy is done for. But get this, he lands on the ground, rolls a few times, and then just stands up like nothing happened. Everyone around was freaking out. but the guy just brushed the dirt off his clothes, walked over to his motorcycle, picked it up, and rode off like it was no big deal. I couldn't believe it. It was like he had superpowers or something. No helmet, no gear, just straight up got back on the bike and left. It was crazy, bro. That sounds like a superhero moment or something. The dude didn't even check for injuries? Nope, not a scratch. I still don't understand how he just walked away from that. I guess some people are just built different. Or, I don't know. That's wild. Definitely one of the craziest things I've heard today. Thanks, man. We're with Tangerine TV, and today we're asking what's the strangest thing you've ever seen? Hello, I've got something. It was about 2 years ago, late at night. I was out on my balcony, just enjoying the cool breeze, when I saw something weird in the sky. At first, I thought it was a plane, but it wasn't moving like a plane. It was too fast and too erratic. It was this glowing object, kind of triangular in shape, and it kept changing colors. It was moving in zigzags, then stopping in mid-air, then shooting off again in crazy speeds. I watched it for about 10 minutes, trying to figure out what it could be. It wasn't a drone, it wasn't a helicopter, and it definitely wasn't a shooting star. It just hovered there, flashing different colors, and then all of a sudden, it shot straight up into the sky and disappeared. Just like that. I even tried recording it on my phone, but when I looked back at the video, it didn't show up on the screen at all. That was very weird. Believe me. I've always been skeptical about UFOs, but after that night, I'm not so sure anymore. I've never seen anything like it before or since. I would like to see that thing again. A UFO sighting. That's intense. So you really think it was something out of this world? I don't know what it was, but it definitely wasn't normal. Whether it was from space or something else, who knows? But it was the strangest thing I've ever seen. That's incredible. Thanks for sharing your story. Now I'm going to be looking up at the sky more often. And what about you guys? What's the strangest thing you've ever seen? I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. And if you want to support this channel, you can join us or click on the Super Thanks button. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.